Hey, what up, peeps? This is Mr. P here, and I'm going to be giving you my newest review of Atomic Blonde. Now, Charlize Theron's career as a leading actress has been quite diverse. She won an Academy Award for Monster, and then she took her first foray into the action genre with Aeon Flux, which was a dire mess. Now, she has had some success in the action film genre, what with, The Italian Job, Hancock, the recent Fast and Furious 8, Mad Max, but this is her in supporting roles. Now she's returned to a leading role and as a producer with Atomic Blonde, directed by David Leitch. Now this film takes place in 1989 before the collapse of the Berlin Wall. And we see in the beginning a secret agent called James Crawford who's killed because he's got information regarding, a list of secret agents that are in deep cover all across the world. And he's eliminated, and then 10 days later, we see Charlize Theron's character, Lorraine, taken into, MI6 headquarters and is interrogated by John Goodman and another person. And she basically recounts, what happened in Berlin and what was the mission and what was the outcome of that mission. And when I saw that, I saw some similarities between that and No Way Out, starring Kevin Costner, where he too, he was involved in some type of event, and he was asked to basically recount these events and what were the circumstances surrounding them. Now, this basically gives us the plot of the story, and you see Charlize Theron's character going to Berlin. She meets up with James McAvoy's character, and they get in all these types of adventures. Now, cons about this film are this: the plot is nothing original. The plot is something that you've seen before. If you've seen, Mission Impossible, if you've seen the Bourne film, if you've seen the James Bond film even, you will see that there. This film has had some comparisons to John Wick. Understandably, because this film was directed by David Leitch, who directed the first John Wick film. So I did see some similarities in terms of like character development, the tone of the film. There were also with regards to some of the action sequences. There's a scene where Charlize Theron stabs a person in the face with a key, and the key is hanging out. And I saw similarities between, the John Wick scene where he kills people with a pencil, and also some of the scenes where, in the first Bourne Identity film where Matt Damon's character stabs a man in the hand with a pencil. Also, I felt that the film was a little bit too long. It's just under 2 hours, and I felt that it could have been condensed a little bit more. I think if you would have shaved off another 5 or 10 minutes from that film, I think we would have had a good story there. The writing in this film, the dialogue is a bit cliched in places. And I think it could have been better. But having said that, as a film, the prose, I felt that this film was thoroughly enjoyable. It does what it says on the tin, which is to entertain. I think Charlize Theron gives a very, very charismatic performance as her character Lorraine. I think the chemistry between her and James McAvoy works very, very well. And also, I think David Leitch, who brings a vast stunt choreographer and stuntman background to this film, he choreographed the action sequence in this film beautifully. The fight sequences are epic. They're beautifully told. They're beautifully well done. The scene in the stairwell between Charlize Theron, I think, was epic, and I think it was beautifully filmed. I think it was beautifully choreographed, and Charlize Theron displayed her, her talent as a leading lady and as an action lady, and her athleticism in this role. I also feel that, this film, I think another character in this film which helped drive this film along was the soundtrack. The soundtrack, the film takes place in 1989, so you will hear some tracks from that era which takes you back to that time when music was music. And this film was really, really good. It helped drive the narrative of this film perfectly. James McAvoy, as always, he's very, very entertaining. He gives a very, very solid performance, as does John Goodman. Even though he's underused in this film, I think that, he gives very solid support to this movie. And this film does what it says in the tin. It's a thoroughly entertaining film. It's a check your brain at the door type film. If you've got a few hours to spare, I would highly recommend that you watch it. I talked about comparisons between this film and No Way Out. There is a little twist in the film which is a bit cliched in places, but on a whole, I thought that, it worked okay. It didn't work great. It didn't take me by surprise. But I did think that the film was a solid piece of entertainment. And, I saw the film in 4DX and it was really, really good. So, Atomic Blonde, a very, very good film, a very good effort from Charlize Theron. And I will give this film 7 out of 10. A very well made film. The soundtrack is even just as enjoyable. Is it one to watch? If you've got some time to spare, yes. Is it one for your DVD collection? Yeah. Why not? I was in two minds about having this in my DVD collection, but yeah, I think this is something that I might have in my DVD collection in the near future. And again, this was a wonderful, wonderful piece of entertainment. Nothing more. If you're looking for something with a deep plot, I think you'll be disappointed. But on the whole, I think this was a very, very, very well-made and solid piece of entertainment. Well, that's my review for Atomic Blonde. I will be back. We've got quite a lot of films coming out in August. So I'll be seeing you guys very, very soon. So you stay blessed and take care, and I'll see you soon. Peace.